last year, 2025, I did a recording about 1 year of shaking. I think I called it something like that. And I didn't post it until about a month ago, so a year later, talking about my experience going through this healing of multiple motor conflicts and physical head trauma, cranial lesion. And I've kind of wondered if I'm going to do a version of 2 years later, which is where I am now. It's been more than 2 years in this process that sometimes feels like it's never ending. And I have things I feel that could be interesting to share. I just don't really know if anybody's listening or who is listening, and that makes it, on the one hand, I feel the need to put my experience into words because it's part of who I am. And on the other hand, I feel myself sinking more and more into my nature as passive-receptive, which means, at least what it feels like it means, because what I've noticed is that it's more and more difficult for anything to actually come out of me unless somebody is catalyzing that. Somebody outside of myself seeking something, wanting to know something, I don't know, inviting something out of me in some way. And when that isn't there, it just feels like literally my mouth doesn't open. That there could be lots of things floating around in my mind because my mind is often processing the past and processing my experience and processing this experience because there's been a lot for me to learn from it. And my nature is to share that. But the other part of my nature is that without knowing who's on the other side of this recording, listening, I start to not really know what to share. I did get a message the other day from somebody. It was really, how do I put it into words? It was really, I don't know the word that I was feeling to get this message. I liked it. I liked getting this message from somebody that said they came across my video about my healing process because their own son is going through motor conflict healing. And we chatted for a bit, and his particular situation is complicated in a way mine isn't. Mine is complicated in a different way, and he has some complex things that are going on that I didn't really know what to add to the search that she was on, except my listening ear and my curiosity in what their path is and their path to resolution together, her and her son. And feeling really grateful, I guess, is the word, that I could witness a little piece of somebody else seeing these particular symptoms of seizure, trembling, shaking, spasticity, spastic movement, paralysis, that, and see them and not see them as a resolution of something and the way the body is trying to heal, rather than seeing them as the body has the problem and we need to fix it. And it just felt good to connect for just a few moments with somebody who shares that. And it's something I feel that really want in my life more is people that I can connect with that share that point of view, that starting off point when it comes to the body and health. That you start from a place of where what the body is doing is intelligent. It might not be comfortable, it might be painful, it might be extremely uncomfortable, it might be scary in some ways, it might be super challenging, and yet approaching it with the knowing, the inner knowing that there's an intelligence, there's a reason, it's not random, and it's not malicious, and it's not the breaking down of the body, and it's not the fact that I've been living out of alignment, and so now my body is having to punish me because I'm living out of alignment. Or I laugh, but I used to think that way, actually. But it's such a different, when you sit in that point of view, it's just such a different place to be. It's such a different place to be, and it changes everything. I mean, everything. It changes the way you approach so many things, and it changes the way that you can be when confronted with what most people would fear to high heaven. Sitting next to somebody who has a so-called contagious illness and not have to wear a mask, not feel like you have to wear a mask, or not breathe in the same air, or not touch, that you have to put in isolation, you have to quarantine. You don't even think that way anymore. It doesn't even make sense. And you can see the harm that all of those measures actually do, mentally, emotionally, and physically. So it changes everything. Yeah, I don't know what I'm saying. I guess it's that it's helpful to me when I get somebody who messages me about something, because it gives me a sense of who's listening, because I really don't know. I told a friend the other day, it's like, I hope my mom does. I hope my mom listens and reads, because she's the one that I feel most seen by in my life. But I know she doesn't always catch everything I put out there. But I guess she's the one that I see as possibly listening, reading. And after that, I really don't know. I know a couple of friends listen to some things that I publish. I don't know if they catch everything. And other than that, I don't know. And I feel how that is more and more coming to bear on what actually is possible to come out of me. It's more and more difficult for me to just blab like I used to, blah, 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 because there's not a catalyst outside of me very often to pull something out, which is the nature of a passive brain, a receptive mind. So at the beginning of this, I felt maybe I would talk about the 2 years of shaking, because I'm still in this process, but it seems like it's not to be right now. There's so many things that I could share, so many things, because the few people that are in contact with me during this process, if they haven't seen in person what I'm going through, they don't really know, because they don't let a lot of people see. If you feel comfortable enough to be present with me, like physically present with me, without telling me I should go to the doctor, without trying to pressure me to follow conventional path, which is not for me right now, if you feel comfortable enough for that, then, to just be present. And those are few and far between people, at least in my experience right now. Other than that, you haven't seen what it looks like, what my day looks like. You haven't seen the spasticity I'm in all day long. And so people don't really get it. And they just think that I'm kind of in pain, or, this, that, and the other. And I could tell you some stories of what I've been through. Patience. I don't know. I've had to really, really learn patience, because this process is way longer than I had anticipated. And I still just feel like I need to just keep going with it. And I know that as I talk sometimes to other people about it, it's like, wow, you've been that for so long. You should go see somebody. You need to do something about it. It's been so long. So I feel like the capacity of others to be patient with what I'm going through has more of a limit. And mine, wow, my capacity has grown because I'm just in this. And the only thing I can do is be patient with it. And it's not like I don't have my moments where I just want to tear my hair out and call it quits. And then it's like, well, how do I call it quits? How could I quit? Just the only way out is through. That is the only way out of this, is through it. And now I'm rambling with, in my nature of not having a point. Well, if you listen to me, thank you for your time and energy. And if you feel like you want to say something to me, my email is on my website, or if you know how to contact me, feel free to just let me know why you listen. Maybe, I don't know, maybe that will bring something out of me. I really don't know. I can't promise anything. I don't really make promises anymore, because I just don't know. I'm so inconsistent and beautifully inconsistent, and I don't force myself into things anymore. So no promises about anything, but maybe if there's an outside catalyst, maybe something more coherent can come out. I don't know. I'll leave it at that.